Hey, Janelle Springer here. Today I wanted to encourage my fellow entrepreneurs and introverted friends that are thinking about getting into business, but they think I can't be a salesperson, I'm not extroverted, I'm not like her over there who can be crazy all the time, but this is coming from an introvert, so I wanted to encourage you, and that's what this video is about today. But I wanted to talk about marketing through live video because that is a really good way to educate your audience about your products or whatever in a general way, and just have an authentic marketing strategy through live video. And Facebook, really, the algorithm shows that live video is a good way to reach your audience. So just remember, the biggest point is you got to start somewhere. You can't overthink it. And I kind of did that at first, but now I have a microphone that can pick up my shy voice, or I have my phone set up and I'm not doing the right in your face live video that many people do. But don't research how, and don't do all these tutorials and videos of how to do the perfect live video, because all you're going to do is make yourself nervous. And I started down that path and I went, wait a second, this is just going to push me over my limit and I'm never going to do it. So instead of researching how to have the perfect video, and oh my gosh, I don't want to forget my call to action because that's so important. But if you just start somewhere and get over your nerves first, then you can move into how to fine-tune and finesse your live videos. So I wanted to share about my first live video. And before I do that, I want you to comment if you've ever had the courage to do a live video, especially if it's related to your business, and say, I did my first live video and I survived. So just comment that, and that way I know that there are other people out there that this applies to. But my first live video, I was holding my phone up close to my face so that it was like oh my gosh, there's Janelle. And it was because I had run out of space on my phone. That was one of my biggest excuses for switching from pre-recorded to live. It was because I didn't have room on my phone anymore. So I was sharing from my heart, and I had no script, no plan. I had practiced a little bit beforehand, but I was literally holding that phone and I covered up with my other hand the comment field and the likes field so that I felt like I was talking to myself. And I didn't want to see even the good comments, because it would be like squirrel, and I would have lost my train of thought, and here I am trying to share from my heart. I didn't want to be distracted by anything. So that's why I did my first video. I covered up the comment field and had to answer questions and whatever comments later. But that's just a suggestion. That's what I did. And since then I've gotten over that, being able to focus better and not think about and not worry about what people are watching and hearing me say. So my biggest fear with live video, or any video, was saying the wrong thing or forgetting something important. Especially as an introvert, I wanted to make sure that I sounded confident and had excellent material. So that was a big fear I had to get over. And it still creeps back sometimes, but I deal with that by researching my content beforehand. I make sure I know my material, I study it, I make sure that I've covered my bases, and I make notes. So I literally have notes for my film, my videos, so that I can stay on track, I don't get distracted, and I can keep that confidence that I developed beforehand when I researched it and I was so passionate about it and excited. And I can keep that because I have notes that keep me on track. So that's another suggestion. But just get your feet wet. if you've not done any video, then do a pre-recorded one. If you have space on your phone, like I did not, but you can practice that way. That way you can shut it off and, oh, that was a bomb, let me start over. Or I forgot something important, let me start over. And you can kind of get your feet wet that way by doing pre-recorded video. But like I said before, Facebook looks at live video differently. And if you're marketing a business, you want to be showing up and in a lot of people's news feeds, and you want to just have a wider audience. So that helps to be able to do live. So if you can move over from pre-recorded to live, that's awesome, and that's the goal. And as an introvert, I'm telling you, it's possible. So it gets easier every time, especially if you're confident, like I said, confident about your material. But where I started from was I would get through the video. I would look fairly normal. To me, I can tell. I have things that I do that are because of nerves, but my first probably 3 videos, I would get through the video, I'd be fine, and then after the news feed, after the live feed went off, I literally would be shaking as hard as possible, and I could barely talk to anyone that was around. Like if my husband came home, I couldn't speak because all those nerves just blew up afterwards. And I can honestly say now that it gets better every single time. Like I don't even have the tremors afterwards. So your body adjusts to that stress or whatever you want to call it, and it's okay that you had those nerves. You can cover it up pretty good during the film and get over it later. So just know that the more you do it, the better it's going to get. It is actually easier for me as an introvert to share to a live video than to a group of friends, because I can just pretend like I'm talking to myself and I'm not standing in front of a speech class. So I can literally just talk to the camera and not be so nervous and not think about the fact that 150 people are going to watch this later, but just realize that it's okay. I'm going to get through this, and I don't have to worry about what people are thinking of me. It's easier for me to do a live video than it is to talk to a group of people. So that's just a little encouragement for my introverted business owners and those that are thinking about getting into business, that it's possible to market authentically and share from the heart and educate people through live video without just crashing and burning. So I wanted to share that with you. If you have an introverted friend that doesn't think they can do it, or doesn't even know if they want to get into business, stay-at-home mom, and don't think they can handle getting into a work-at-home business, just share this with them, message it to them, whatever you need to do, comment their name in the comments, but just know that it's possible, that I'm living proof that an introvert can do live videos without freaking out. And I hope that this was of value to you and that you have a wonderful day.